Ali MacGraw entered the public consciousness almost overnight, her beauty and presence captured by the camera and adored by audiences around the world. With Love Story, she became more than just a movie star. She became a symbol of romance, grace, and emotional resonance. Audiences projected longing, hope, and heartbreak onto her, seeing in her performances a mirror of their own experiences. Ali's movements, her expressions, her gaze felt poetic, as if she carried a quiet, ethereal language of feeling that needed no words. Yet, behind the luminous exterior lay a young woman navigating the sudden intensity of fame, a life far removed from ordinary childhood experiences, a life that required strength and adaptability in ways that few could see or understand. Childhood and early foundations. Before the cameras and spotlights, Ali's upbringing shaped her resilience and her sense of self. She grew up in a household where love and attention were not always easy to come by, which taught her early on how to read the world and develop a quiet independence. Though her family life had challenges, it also provided lessons in empathy, observation, and endurance, qualities that would later support her through the pressures of Hollywood. Her formative years gave her a strong internal compass, even as the world outside demanded a version of her that was more image than reality. This foundation allowed Ali to navigate fame while remaining, at her core, thoughtful, reflective, and grounded. The allure of Hollywood. Once Ali arrived in Hollywood, her striking presence drew immediate attention. Her beauty, elegance, and natural charisma made her an object of fascination, but the intensity of early success left little room for personal exploration. Studios and audiences alike celebrated the image of Ali MacGraw, yet few paused to see the person beneath the surface. She was recognized not only for her looks, but for her ability to convey nuanced emotion, a skill that made her performances unforgettable. Hollywood, in its enthusiasm, often overlooked the humanity behind the icon, placing expectations on her that were more about projection than understanding. Negotiating fame and identity. Ali quickly realized that her fame carried both opportunity and responsibility. Her beauty opened doors, yet it also became a measure by which she was judged. Public perception often overshadowed her personal ambitions, leaving her to navigate a world that valued appearances as much as talent. She learned to move with grace and intention, understanding that the admiration she received was both a gift and a responsibility. Over time, Ali cultivated the awareness to protect her own identity, keeping the person she was at the center of her decisions, even amid public scrutiny. Love, partnership, and growth. Ali's personal life intertwined with her public persona, yet it was never dictated by Hollywood's expectations. Her marriage to Robert Evans and her relationship with Steve McQueen reflected both love and complexity. McQueen, a man with a commanding presence, shared a life with Ali that taught her about compromise, partnership, and the ways in which relationships can shape personal growth. Rather than framing these experiences as losses, Ali approached them as opportunities to understand herself more deeply, to evaluate what she wanted from life, and to make choices aligned with her values. Love, in her life, became a lens through which she could explore authenticity, rather than a measure of public perception. The art of retreat. As Ali moved through Hollywood's intensity, she recognized the importance of stepping back. Retreating from the public eye was not a sign of weakness, but a conscious choice to reclaim her life and focus on personal well-being. She embraced quietude, reflection, and the rhythms of her own life. This withdrawal allowed her to reconnect with her own voice, her creative impulses, and her inner peace. Ali's decision to step away was deliberate, a testament to the understanding that fulfillment often requires prioritizing internal harmony over external validation. Rebuilding. Through reflection, in the late 1980s, Ali took a decisive step toward rediscovery. She invested in her own well-being, exploring therapeutic practices, mindfulness, and introspection. This period was not about public spectacle, but about personal restoration. She confronted the experiences and expectations that had shaped her, learning to honor herself without apology. Ali cultivated a life where her choices reflected her needs and her values, embracing a rhythm that nurtured creativity, contemplation, and calm. Through this process, she reclaimed autonomy over her time, her decisions, and her emotional energy. Finding a sanctuary in Santa Fe. Seeking peace away from Hollywood's glare, Ali relocated to Santa Fe, New Mexico, a space that offered quiet, beauty, and the opportunity to live according to her own design. In this environment, she cultivated simplicity, tending gardens, studying philosophy, practicing meditation, and connecting with nature. The absence of cameras and constant expectations allowed her to exist fully as herself, without performance or pretense. Here, she discovered the joy of living intentionally, in a way that honored her own rhythm rather than the world's pressures. Santa Fe became a sanctuary, a place where personal growth could flourish. Solitude as strength. Living without the constant presence of romantic partnerships or public acclaim, Ali embraced solitude not as deprivation, but as empowerment. She found clarity, stability, and a deep understanding of her own values. Her beauty, once celebrated externally, became a quiet aspect of her inner life rather than a source of public validation. Ali's days were now defined by curiosity, connection to nature, and self-awareness. She cultivated a life in which peace and authenticity took precedence over applause, demonstrating that personal fulfillment can exist independently of fame or recognition. Acceptance and inner peace. Over the years, Ali reflected on her journey with honesty and grace. She recognized that early Hollywood experiences shaped her in ways both challenging and instructive. She acknowledged the pressures she had faced, the compromises she had made, and the resilience she cultivated in response. Her reflections revealed a woman who had learned to honor her own truth above external expectations. Ali no longer sought validation from the world. Her life had become an expression of self-respect, balance, and thoughtful presence. Life lessons and resilience. Ali MacGraw's story offers lessons in resilience, self-awareness, and the power of intentional living. She demonstrated that surviving early fame, navigating complex relationships, and cultivating personal growth require conscious effort, reflection, and self-compassion. Her life underscores the importance of boundaries, the value of retreat, and the quiet strength found in choosing authenticity over appearance. Through decades of experience, Ali learned to integrate her past, her career, and her personal evolution into a life that reflects integrity, autonomy, and calm purpose. Legacy beyond stardom. Though Love Story and her cinematic legacy remain part of cultural memory, Ali's most enduring impact lies in her example as a woman who has cultivated life on her own terms. She chose inner peace over public spectacle, personal truth over image, and thoughtful growth over continuous external validation. Her journey reminds us that resilience is not about constant visibility or perfection, but about living deliberately, reflecting deeply, and honoring oneself even when the world looks away. Ali MacGraw's life exemplifies that true victory is often quiet, internal, and deeply human. Living fully and authentically. Today, Ali continues to live with intention, surrounding herself with experiences and environments that nurture her spirit. Her focus on simplicity, reflection, and mindfulness offers a model for living with clarity and purpose. She has demonstrated that the greatest accomplishments are not necessarily measured in fame or accolades, but in the ability to create a life aligned with personal values, to cultivate peace, and to move gracefully through time with awareness and compassion. In every walk, every quiet reflection, and every moment of conscious choice, Ali embodies a life lived fully and authentically. Enduring inspiration, Ali MacGraw's journey is a testament to resilience, self-respect, and the transformative power of reflection. Her story moves beyond celebrity to illuminate the ways in which personal growth, intentional living, and quiet courage create meaning and fulfillment. By prioritizing her own well-being, choosing solitude wisely, and embracing a life of authenticity, she offers an enduring example of strength and wisdom. Her legacy reminds us that the most profound achievements are often invisible, measured not in applause, but in the integrity with which we live our lives. A life reclaimed. Ali MacGraw stands today as a woman who has navigated fame, love, and self-discovery with patience, grace, and unwavering commitment to her values. She has transformed the pressures of early stardom into lessons in autonomy, resilience, and reflection. Her life is a reminder that survival is not only possible, but can lead to profound fulfillment, and that the truest victories lie in creating a life guided by one's own principles. Through decades of experience, Ali continues to exemplify what it means to live deliberately, to cultivate peace, and to honor oneself fully beyond the gaze of the world.